Talk Live. It's that time. Hey, girlfriend Peggy, what's going on with you, boo? How you do?
I'm good. I'm good. Ready to
Yes,
go.
you are. Yes, you
Yes,
are.
how are
Ready to
you,
go.
beautiful?
Oh, darling, you look beautiful. I'm doing fine, thank you. You
Good.
got the
You looking
sparkly
mighty
thing
fine.
going on, huh?
I say you looking mighty fine.
Oh, well, thank you. You so kind. You are kind. You are kind. Because I'm far from mighty fine.
Mm,
Just okay today. Just
okay.
just letting it do what it do. I love your top. Is that royal blue or sapphire
It's
blue?
it's the royal sapphire blue, purplish kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it. I love
Thank
it. I love
you.
it. Look, I was walking through my daughter's bedroom and I saw this top and I said, "Hey," I said, "What's that?" And she said, "Oh, it's a top. It's like an oversized t-shirt thing." I
Okay.
don't like stuff that come up around my neck because it makes me look. Anyway, I don't like it. But it was so sparkly, I had to. I said, "Oh, I'm taking this. It matches my earrings. It's mine tonight." So there you
Okay.
go.
That
There you
works.
go. Yeah, anything to be a little different sometimes. So everything been
Yeah.
good with you. You're in a different location this week.
Yes. I'm on. I took a trip down south.
Okay.
I'm down visiting with my baby daughter and the two grandkids and doing grandma duty again in my last 2 weeks of recuperation. Well, recuperation is ongoing, a healing
Yes.
process. But I
Yes.
think I'm through the most of it. I'm feeling much better. I'm in the gym
All right.
a few times last week. That's big for me. You are advocate of the gym. You stay walking. You stay in the gym. You stay moving. But me, oh, it's a challenge.
Well, listen,
It's
it's a
a challenge.
challenge for me too, and I haven't been doing so hot for the last few days, but I get it in when I can. But I really, really try to go every day
Yeah, but what
because
what I'm saying is, when you can, it's almost like missing a day out of a week. You regularly out there. You out there constantly getting it in. Where for me, to get in the gym twice a week is that's almost like hell breaking loose.
it's getting ready to snow.
Uh-huh.
In hell and
Exactly.
out here. It's getting ready to snow.
Woo.
But it's a good
Yes.
thing, and the more you do it, the better you feel. It's a great accomplishment,
Yeah.
it's a good thing. It'll make you feel good. It helps you heal faster.
Mm.
It's good for everything. So congratulations. Keep up the good work.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, because it is work.
Yeah, it's work chasing after these two little babies too, so that's kind of good in a sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because one of them is she's on and popping. She walking, talking, running stuff, isn't she?
Oh yeah. He
Mm-hmm.
is.
That's good. Well, we want to say hello to everybody who's in the virtual building and everybody who's going to be in the virtual building. We
Yeah.
got it going on tonight, talking about relationships. And, these conversations come about when Peggy and I are in our private time and we're just
Mhm.
talking about ourselves and our lives and our relationships. And Peggy said, "You know what? We need to talk about the mistakes we've made, the misconceptions we've had, and the lessons that we've learned as a result of being in different relationships." And it's not always a love relationship. Sometimes it's a sex ship, sometimes it's just a friendship, sometimes it's a working relationship. All of those things affect us, and we make mistakes and have misconceptions going in, and hopefully lessons coming out. And I was like, Peg, I said, "Girlfriend Peggy," I said, "That's brilliant." I said, we have to talk about that because that's important. You
Yeah.
look beautiful, honey. The lighting is good. We can see you. There
Okay.
she
I feel.
is. That's
Yeah.
even
I feel like
better.
I'm in the dark. I feel like I'm in the dark room.
Uh-huh. No, no, no. Like right there where you're positioned right now is beautiful.
Okay.
Uh-huh. You look lovely and you have lots of light on you, so it's
Okay.
good.
Okay.
It's a
Cool.
good thing.
Cool.
It's really good.
I hate
It
wasting
would
some
be
makeup.
better if I could get this itchy neck um
Down.
uh, thing off it. You know what? You know the sequins or the thing. You know they itch. They're like
Mm.
they're annoying.
Hmm.
You don't feel that on yours though, do you?
No, because mine's is way down off the shoulder type of thing. You
Uh
know?
huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. This. If I had something on under here, I probably would be taking it off by now. But I don't, so I won't. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We haven't gone to a higher alphabet yet. PG, yes, but not X rated.
Not X. No, no, no. Not
Yeah.
PG 13, none of that kind of stuff. So, but that's what we want to talk about tonight. Mistakes and misconceptions and lessons that we've learned. And uh, so I was writing down some and I was able to come up with misconceptions and lessons, but it was a lot harder for me to come up with some mistakes, but I know I made them. Oh, Carletha, we need to
Hey,
send you a
Queen. Hey,
love
beautiful.
token. Carletha said, "Hello, young ladies."
Young. Oh, we'll take that.
Ooh, thank you,
Hey.
Carletha.
I'm getting ready to celebrate a birthday, and you are too, girlfriend. Your birthday
Ye-
comes before mine.
yes,
Yours is what, the 12th?
yes. Mine is on Monday,
Right. And
Monday
mine
the
is,
12th.
and
And
mine
then
is,
you follow up a couple of weeks later on the 29th.
yes. So I'm right at 64.
Yep, yep. You're getting
Yeah.
ready to make that big crossover. Goodbye,
Mm-hmm.
50s. Hello, 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be
I'm excited,
fabulous.
though. I'm excited.
Yeah, well, you should be because everybody
I'm
don't
alive.
make it. Hello, beautiful BFF. Hi, gorgeous. Hey, Janita's in the building.
Hey, girlfriend. Uh-huh.
Yes, yes. Nice to see you.
Thanks for
Nice.
joining us. Yes.
Yes, thank you. We
Both you
appreciate
ladies.
it. Yeah, so I was thinking about some mistakes, what mistakes that I make and I think maybe across the board when it comes to friendships, love relationships and work relationship, my biggest mistake maybe was thinking that um somebody owed me something.
Mm.
Because starting off from that aspect puts you in a dangerous situation.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of covered that in misconceptions too, that somebody owed me something for my loyalty,
Mm.
you know
And
and
I think it, in a sense, I agree with you. They do owe you something. I feel they owe you loyalty in return, nothing else but loyalty in return, and all that encompasses. I mean, I think that's fair. I think that's if I feel that I'm a faithful, loyal, committed person, I'm looking for you to be faithful, loyal, and committed to me.
yes,
If
but to
nothing else,
think that
I'm looking for
because
that.
you are that
Yeah,
that
that is
they
owed to
owe
you.
it to
Yeah,
you
yeah,
for me is the
yeah, huh?
misconception.
Right, and it is because it's always that other person's choice to give it in return.
Yeah.
So, the big thing now is always reciprocate, reciprocate, reciprocate. So, if I'm reciprocating, if I'm giving that, then I'm expecting you to reciprocate that back to me.
Yes. And I
Which,
think where I made that mistake in the biggest area of my life I made that mistake in was in my career,
mm,
in a work relationship,
mm-hmm,
thinking that because I do this, you all should do that. Because
mm-hmm,
I do this for you, you should do, something for me. And that's
mm-hmm.
not the way it works.
Right,
It's not the way
right,
it works at
right.
all. And I got my feelings hurt real bad, and got, I got my feelings hurt real bad, and got and embarrassed, behind having that kind of feeling, of feeling like, hey, you owe me this, and people were like, no, we don't. See you, bye.
Mm. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Leonard. Leonard's in the building. What's going on, boo? How you do? I'm
Hey,
gonna
Mr.
spend the
Key.
weekend with Leonard this weekend. We
Yes.
yeah, we're getting ready for our trip. Leonard is a dear friend of both of ours,
Yes.
and met Leonard, I don't know, 12, 13 years ago out there on the party scene, and
Mm-hmm.
we've been friends ever since. So thanks for joining us. But yeah, so for me, um, that was the biggest mistake ever. Um, is really feeling like somebody owes me something for my loyalty, and then if I do this, then you automatically should do that, and I got my feelings hurt.
Because don't we feel like you say, it's like a give and take? It's give and take and reciprocate, and you do for me, I do for you. And I hate the tit for tat thing because I always say that. I don't like everything to have to be tit for tat, whatever it is, whether especially when it comes to gift giving and gift buying. I feel a person should give you something or buy you a gift when they feel like it, when they want to, and not expect for because you bought me a gift, now I got to turn around and buy you a gift. I don't know. I just, I just, I grasp, I grovel with that a little bit. I want to give something when I want to give it, and just out of the blue, for no reason at all, do a little something, something. If you know what I'm saying, if it's
Yeah.
laid on my heart. But a lot of people, want you. If you give them a birthday gift, you better not forget their birthday, because you get ready,
Oh, you getting ready to get it? Listen, I stopped
you
speaking
get
to
ready to get
people.
it.
I stopped speaking to men that I was talking to that skipped over my birthday or ignored my birthday, or whatever it was. Uh, Instant cut off,
Uh,
instant goodbye. See you later. And
uh,
not for everybody, but some people did get that treatment. you know, but yeah, a lot of people, they a birthday is an important thing. Um,
mhm.
but I don't know. Um, so with my misconceptions, and if you're just joining us tonight, we're talking about your biggest relationship mistakes, misconceptions, and lessons. So for me, with the misconception is confusing sex for love. It is not.
Me confusing lust for love, thinking that I was in love with a person and the person was in love with me when really all it was good sexual chemistry and lust. Whole lot of lust going on. And when
Yeah,
you
no love though.
it wasn't love, no, but I didn't realize it and put all that together until years into the relationship,
Right, because
which
I
was
think
the
we
biggest
are
mistake.
taught as women that if we give our bodies to somebody, it's because we love
We love
them,
them.
or we want to be in love with them, or we're working towards being, in a love relationship with them, and we muddy up the waters with sex. And sex is sex. Now, when you're in love, it's nice to make love and have good sex, but that's not what makes love.
Right.
That's not what makes love. So,
Yeah,
and
that
then
was a hard lesson. That was a hard lesson for me. Realizing this person doesn't love me. He enjoys me. He enjoys my body. He enjoys having sex with me. He enjoys the chemistry that we have together. And we both look forward to, getting together and doing the things that we do with each other. But like I said, it wasn't until years later that I felt like I really came into the knowledge of saying, this person really don't love me. And I was even feeling like I was so in love, even to the point where another big mistake that I feel I made plenty of mistakes. So trust me, I haven't had a lot of relationships, but the few that I have had, 12 or 14 year or 8 year and a 3 or 4 year, I've learned a lot of lessons out of those relationships. Putting a person before yourself, putting another person on a pedestal and losing
Oh,
who you are in the process.
let me write that down as one of my mistakes because
Yeah.
I do that all the time. I did it today. I do it to my own detriment.
Uh-huh. What you need to say? Yeah.
Janita says that she has learned that your partner doesn't have to buy you gifts, flowers, etc. to show love. She says she don't even like chocolate and flowers, so you can miss her with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah, but that
putting.
putting the person on she right though. I mean, I like it all. You know, I like flowers and candies, chocolates and chocolate covered strawberries and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
It could be simple gifts. Like I say, I'm not an extravagant gift person that expect you to, extravagant gifts from somebody like, you
Mm-mm.
know,
Me either.
big ticket items. Yeah, that would be nice, but like I say, it's not expected.
It's not expected,
Yeah,
but
it's not expected.
perhaps I need to expect it because I don't get it.
Mm.
So
But
you
what good
know,
is expecting it if you're still not gonna get it? I mean, it depends on the
well,
person who you're dealing with. Pocket in their heart, pretty much, if they want to be generous enough to buy you this extravagant gift. So we
and
can
I'm
expect
not
it all
talking
day
about
long.
extravagant. I'm
Huh?
not even talking
Oh,
extravagant.
okay,
I'm
okay.
talking, I'm talking
This
about the
is
simplest thing. I don't have anything extravagant. I don't do anything designer. I don't, I don't do the extravagant end of things.
right.
And, but I'm thinking, well, maybe you better speak up, or maybe you better, because it
Say
doesn't
what you want.
happen, huh?
So you say you better speak up and say what it is you want.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah.
Hey, Terry, how you doing? What's going on? What's going on?
Hey,
Welcome,
hey,
welcome,
haven't seen them
welcome
in a
to the
minute.
show. Long time no see. Listen, tonight we're talking about your biggest relationship mistakes, misconceptions, and lessons. So another misconception that I had was that my actions could control or change someone else's actions.
Mm. That
Something
bite.
that, something that I do, oh, because I do this for you, or I'm going to behave in a certain way, I'm going to do a certain thing, and that'll make you change how you act or react to me, thinking that anything that I do is going to thank you, is going to make you change. People change when they get ready to change.
There's nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Can't change people.
Let me So what about you? What were some of your mistakes
Another
or
big mistake
misconceptions?
um, that I made at one point during a particular relationship, quite long relationship, was feeling so enamored and in love with a person that I really did lose myself in the fact if I gave up, I didn't hold my standards. And I said, and I felt like it didn't matter what you did. You know, he drove trucks away on the road, and it was like, just wrap up, just, protect yourself, protect me. It doesn't matter what you do when you out there, just make sure you come back home to me. And I think back sometime and I look back and I'm like, who the hell was that lady? Who was she? These are some of the defining moments that really shaped who I am today and why I stand so hard and so firm on what I believe in. If I'm gonna be faithful, loyal, committed to you, that's what you're gonna be to me. I want one on one. I don't want to share. I don't want to do the multiple. I'm not doing the twosomes and the threesomes because I lost myself at one time feeling that do whoever you want to do. Just when it's time for us to do what we do, let's get back here and let's do what we do. I ain't worrying about all that other stuff. And
When
that's
really you
crazy
have
to
to
me.
be.
Huh?
When really you have to be. You have to be concerned about it. Carlita says, "You're right, girlfriend Peggy. Some of us ladies do put our mate before us." And it is not always just your mate. Again, it could be your job, putting your job before your family, putting your job before yourself and your own health.
Mhm.
It's not always a mate. It's anything that you put before yourself that hinders your growth and your happiness. Terry says, from the male point of view, thinking that loving a woman and treating her good would change her behavior. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I mean. That was a misconception for me, that you could love somebody into the person you want them to be when they are who they are. And that's who they're going to be. And you have to learn how to accept them for who they are with all of their strengths and shortcomings.
Right.
So I agree with you. I had that same issue. Sean is in the building. Hey, what's going on, singing friend Sean?
Hey, Sean.
Oh, Sean. Sean said that he learned that people don't care about your feelings.
Mm, that's big.
That's deep right there.
Mm-hmm.
People don't care about your feelings.
Mm-hmm. You can say that again.
And
You're absolutely right.
you ain't never lied.
But then what do you do
uh,
when you with somebody and you find out that they don't care about your feelings? And basically, when they don't care about your feelings, they don't care about you. They don't give a damn. You convenience. You are not a commodity, not a something that's special and
Not
important
a
and valuable to
priority.
them. Yeah, you just a pat. You just a you know passing the time. Convenient when I need you.
Mm-mm,
Feel how you
that
want to
won't
feel.
do.
This is how I'm gonna operate. When I'm
No,
bored and everybody else busy, I'll give you a call. I'll set something up with you. I don't care how you feel about it. You always say yes, so that's in a sense what you're gonna get.
that's what you're gonna get. Yep, that's right. It's absolutely it's the truth. People don't care about your feelings, but your feelings should be the most important thing to you, because your feelings are an indicator of where you are in life and what you're going to attract next. So if your feelings are that you're mad and that you're bitter, that's the signal that you send out in the universe. That's where you're vibrating at, and so you get more of that. Whatever you feel is what you get more of. And so you have to guard your feelings and take your temperature on your feelings and take care of your feelings and do what it takes to work to keep yourself in a happy place, because your happiness is your responsibility. Your feelings are your responsibility. And
That
nothing
means
you do.
also guarding your heart, protecting your heart is your responsibility. When we give our hearts to people, it's like do whatever you want to do it. Here's my heart. Here's my heart. You take it. You do whatever you want to do with it. And they drop it and they spit on it and break it and kick it to the side and do all these kind of things. And then we crying and we upset and we heartbroken and we just tearing ourselves apart. Why? When you gave your heart to this person and you didn't look out, you didn't keep your, in a sense, antennas up to see when this person is not doing the right thing with your heart. You're not
Hmm.
treating my heart correctly. You're being disrespectful. You're lying. I'm finding out that you're cheating. You're doing all these things that's leading up to you dropping and breaking this heart. And I'm still
Yes.
gonna roll with the program. I'm still gonna roll with you. So I'm a part of the problem of you breaking my heart.
Yes. Yes.
And that's
Yeah.
that was a hard lesson to learn.
A
You have
hard
to guard
lesson to
your
learn.
heart at all costs, at all times. I don't care if it's your husband for 50 years, 20 years, 30 years, or what a wife or a girlfriend for since high school or whatever. It's still susceptible to be broken.
It is.
Yeah, yeah,
Most definitely. Leonard says, that's your fault when you let someone do that to you. And he's
yeah.
absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that happens to you is your fault. None of anything that happens to you anywhere along the way is anyone else's fault. Now, we have mishaps and mistakes that happen just from being in this particular three-dimensional realm that we live in. We know life itself is haphazard, but anything that happens is your fault. Period. It's never anybody else's fault. That's a hard place to come to. People say, well, what about what he did? Well, what about what she did? Well, what did you allow? How much of it did you know about that in advance? What were you feeling and thinking? Where were your insecurities that allowed you? That let you allow someone to do that to you. Had you dropped your boundaries? Had you didn't have your guard up anymore? Whatever it is, all of it is your fault. Um, and so that's hard sometimes. So that was a lesson. I had that down as one of my lessons, that I am the creator of my story, and all of it. I determine. I don't care what's going on in the world, what's going on money wise, what's going on, war. Nothing. I create my story, and so that means that there's a lot of responsibility in that, and that's why you have to keep your heart and your mind together, and make sure that you maintain your happiness.
Yeah.
Um,
A lesson that I learned, I would say after my first marriage, and like I said, we have been together for 14 years, and it was an incident that happened, say on a Wednesday, and I had made up my mind. They said, "Get out as quick and as fast as you know how." They regret and they don't recall ever saying that statement, but I remember it vividly to this day. And by that Saturday, I had a U-Haul truck backing up to my home, to the front door, making moves to get on with the two young girls. And I was happy. I wasn't sad. I felt like I could throw a divorce party. I was excited for starting a new chapter, new life, because I had made up my mind. I'd rather take my chances in the world with God and my children and myself and move forward than to stay and then possibly go through more heartache, more heartbreak, and BS. I just was not. I had already felt like I've given too many of my good years in this marriage and relationship already. And so another thing I'm saying, like, I don't understand when you decide that you done, that you divorcing, that you leaving a man, leave all them tears behind. I mean, some people need the tears they have to go. I didn't shed not one tear. I can tell you to this day, I still have not shed not one tear. I was like, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. I'm ready for this. And that's what I did. I'm not saying things what I had a great husband, what I thought I had a wonderful husband, good provider, a hard working, work over everything really. But I was like, I'm done. I'm not doing this with you, sweetie. I'll just go in the world by myself and take my chances. Took my kids and a couple of things that I needed out of home and started all over again. And like I said, if you just trust in God, there is no woman should stay in any relationship that she is not that she's being disrespected, cheated on, and mistreated emotionally, physically, psychologically, mentally, or whatever it is that you want to go through all those leads. If you being mistreated in any of those areas and ways, and you make up your mind it's time to go, don't cry. Do not cry, baby. Get a party going on and get some wine and some liquor and some of your best girlfriends to sit around with you and celebrate going into this new chapter. Because I'm not gonna support no pity party.
no,
Maybe for a hot second or two, but it's time to dry your eyes and let's get moving on into the next chapter. Don't do that around me. I ain't for that.
no. Get on. Get up and get on. Carlitha says to Sean that he is right. She says, Sean, you're right. But normally that person doesn't care about themselves. What Sean had said was that he learned that people don't care about your feelings. And Carlitha says, you're right. But normally that means they don't care about themselves. And she's on point with that too. Because
Mm-hmm.
somebody who doesn't care about themselves damn sure ain't going to give a hoot
Not
about you.
you. Right.
you know.
And hence lies another problem too. A lot of people don't love themselves, don't know how to love themselves, and don't know what that means. Don't have a concept. And so, how you expect somebody that, like you say, haven't come into the knowledge of loving themselves and caring about themselves and how they treat themselves to treat you correctly? They can't.
They can't. Uh-uh. Vincent says, yep, people treat you how you let them. You know, and he's right. It's what you allow. It's what you allow. I had a friend who would say, you have to teach people how to treat you. And sometimes that's hard for us to do or to do with certain people, you know, but you have to let somebody know that you're not going to tolerate a certain thing. Hey, this
I
is my
tell
reaction.
people how to treat me.
Hmm.
I don't teach them. I can't say I teach people how to treat me, but I'm damn sure gonna tell you when you're not treating me right, or what I'm not gonna stand for, what not I'm not gonna put up with it, what I'm not gonna deal with.
Right.
So,
Well, hopefully, when they hear that, they learn what it is you like and don't like. That's what I mean by teach. You
uh,
know, as soon as somebody does something that's offensive to you or that you don't approve of or don't like, then it's on you to let them know.
right,
It's on you to let them know. They're not
hmm,
supposed to guess. They're not mind readers. You
right,
know, if it's something you don't like, you have to speak up and let them know and say, "Hey, I'd appreciate it if you don't do that again." All right. And so,
absolutely,
you know, and if you do it again, every time you do it, the reaction from me is going to be a little bit more severe. And
right,
then, you know, and then either I
right,
have to go or you have to go or we got to go,
hmm,
you know.
absolutely.
Uh, that's Kim. That's right. You teach people how to treat you. You most certainly do by what you so hi Kim, I know that's you. Facebook don't doesn't always put her name up there. Another uh lesson that I learned is that well, I already mentioned this, that your feelings matter. Your feelings matter. How you show up in the world matters because it's going to determine it's going to determine what you get in return. And so as a result of that, I realized one of my lessons I learned is that everything is going to be all right. You know, when you're in the midst of it and it seems chaotic and painful and crazy, you have to remember that it's going to be all right. That, you know, trouble doesn't last always, and this too will pass. And and a saying that I have up on a poster board in my bedroom is that everything is always working out for me.
Hmm.
And you know, and so I learned that, and I learned that by saying that, it helps me calm down. Like this seems a little odd right here, but it's okay because everything is always working out for you. Everything is always working out in your favor. And then when I look back on some of the tumultuous times in my life, you know, in a little while it worked out. It seemed a
That's
little
a
crazy out the time. Like you said, you had a U-Haul truck. I had to do the same thing. You know, a U-Haul truck backs up. You got to do all of this stuff and moving around. It seems very crazy and intense at the time. But ultimately, it worked out. It was okay. And everything is always working out for me. And oftentimes, great things come out of it.
That's a great faith concept and a positive affirmation at the same time because we always have to walk in faith. We'll walk, not by sight, but walk in faith and believe that God is all, or whoever your higher power or being or whatever it is, like you say, is always working out for your good. It may not
Always.
seem so good, it may not look so good right now, but I'm trusting that everything is going to be okay. And we always have to believe that things are going to work out at the end of the day.
Most
And that's whether
definitely.
you or not, and just walk out on faith and just trust. Close your eyes and take a step off the ledge and believe God got you at the end of the day.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
Most
yeah.
definitely. Because I believe that God only wants the best for you. And that anytime we are feeling out of sorts, off kilter, sad, angry, it is an indication of our disconnection from that higher power, because
Mm-hmm.
that higher power does not come down to the level where you are to be mean, hateful, vengeful, sad, bad, or mad. God is always vibrating at the highest frequency. And
Mm-hmm.
when you're in connection with God doing that same thing, you feel good, you feel light, you feel happy as a lark. And and so and so anytime you feel opposite of that, it's an indication of your disconnection, that you're not in alignment with all of the wonderful good feelings that God wants you to have, if you just want to talk about God. uh, Shirley Walthour in the building, she says, in order to teach someone else how to treat you, you must know what your bottom lines are, and your bottom line can't be moved. She's talking about
Yeah.
those boundaries, girlfriend Peggy.
Mm-hmm. And when you find yourself losing your boundaries and crossing the lines in the sand and losing who you are and putting other people on pedestals, you gotta grab yourself. You gotta get a hold of yourself and check yourself. And a lot of times, like I say, I talk to myself a lot, and it's not because I'm crazy, because I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Are you crazy? You got to check yourself sometime. I mean, like I say, at one point I was checking myself a lot, a lot. Like, you losing your mind? Like, what kind of crap is this? When you so in love with somebody that you got to put yourself on a. I felt like I was so in love with one person, I had to put myself on a drug rehabilitation program. Just get by one day, getting through an hour. God, please let me not answer the call. Let me not make this phone call to hear their voice. Let me help me get through 4 hours of the day. Help me get through 8 hours of the day, God. I'll be so grateful. I'll be so happy. Get through a day and a week and a month, and you start rejoicing and getting happy because you're like, help me get out of this. I never go back in it. And then we found ourselves weeks get out of it. He like, what did they say? If you get me out of the camp of the enemy, I'll never go back. In a sense,
Right,
he'll
right.
make a way of escape for you to get out of the camp, get out of that situation, to get out of what the entanglement or whatever it is you're in that you so over your head. He allow a way for you to get out, and then we like an idiot just turn around and just willy nilly right back into the situation, eyes open, just like a fool running back in for more glutton for punishment. And then you worse than what you did, where you were before you ran out. Like,
Yeah. Well,
oh
a
God,
lot of
I'm right
times
back
we
there
a lot of times we retreat back to what was comfortable. And you can get comfort, you can be you can get comfortable in an uncomfortable situation.
again. Yeah.
You can get comfortable in an undesirable situation. A lot of times it's based on fear of the unknown. You like that comfortable shoe. You know how it feels and how far you can walk in it, or whatever it is. So we get comfortable in the uncomfortableness of our situation, and think that perhaps that is better than going forward on your own, or preparing yourself to meet someone else, because meeting a new person and starting all over is scary.
Yes.
Carlita said you got to jump in with both feet. Yes, girl.
That unhealthiness, like you say, a lot of people do, they accept that unhealthiness and that volatile, some people dramatized, drama always popping up every other weekend, every day, every other day. They're fighting and carrying on, and women and men calling your house and popping up by your front door. Some people they love that. They live for
Some
it.
people love
I mean,
it.
that's just what they like. They like that kind of stuff. They may not admit it, but they love that kind of stuff. I mean, if the man not hitting you and giving you a black eye too, he don't love you. They don't mind getting their ass whipped a couple of times and dragged. Oh, he loved me. He whooping on my ass. He care about me.
Yeah.
And twisted and demented. Demented. A lot of times we are. when it comes to love. We just go overboard. We love overboard. We just crazy, losing our minds out here.
Well, you know, it has a tendency to do that. It's a chemical reaction. Leonard says you should never lose yourself in a relationship and who you are. And
You
the
shouldn't.
first, yeah,
Yeah,
you,
should
you
never.
shouldn't. The first part of that is knowing who you are, knowing what you want in a relationship. What is it that you're looking to get out of a relationship? You know, why is it that you want to be in relationship? What's your reasoning? And so and those are the kind of things that help you keep from getting lost and all discombobulated in a relationship. Yeah, you should never do it, but doggone it, it happens.
It happens. It happens a lot. It happens a lot.
Hmm. Anybody else in the audience with your biggest mistake, your biggest misconception, or your greatest lesson? We came to share tonight, and so we've shared a little bit about how we feel and what ours are. What's yours? What was your biggest mistake? I had somebody write on Facebook. One of our raw talkers, Sinitra, she's not in the building tonight, but she said her biggest mistake was getting married because the sex was good.
Mm.
Marrying somebody because the sex was good.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet
Yeah,
a lot of people are
many people
guilty of
do that.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Marrying for money. Some people might say that might be the biggest mistake they ever made, or the lack thereof. It could work on either end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Marrying a man that didn't have no money, that didn't have his act together, that was potential, marrying potential. I thought he had the potential, and you know, uh, yeah,
That part. You know, and then you get there and you find out that that's not the case, or you marry for money, but money doesn't always last.
money just means they have the ways and means to take care of you and two or three of them real good, and you never find out about it. That's what I feel about being with money. They can do more things, and you'll never know. Cause they fly them to Paris. You ain't running over to London to check on nobody. You feel me?
No, and you're not going to post it on your little Facebook
Right.
page so I can
You
see you
taking
cheating.
extravagant business trips, yeah.
Yeah, Shirley says sometimes we determine within ourselves to function within the dysfunction because we are afraid of the unknown. Yes, then
Mm-hmm.
dysfunctional becomes our function.
Mm-hmm.
Shirley, you
Mm-hmm.
must be a psychiatrist
Mm-hmm.
or a psychologist or both, but that's it. That's what I was trying to
Mm-hmm.
say.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we determine within ourselves that we're just going to function within this dysfunction because
And
we
that's not,
are afraid of the unknown. And then the
yeah,
dysfunctional becomes our function, it becomes
that's
our way
right.
of life.
And a lot of people was raised in dysfunction. I mean, from households and siblings and uncles and relationships within the family has always been dysfunctional, filled with alcoholics and drug addicts and crazy folk stuff going on. So that
Criminals.
a lot of us used to dysfunction. We think it's normal.
Well, we do.
Yeah.
We
You
do.
just get in there and you kind of say, "Oh, I can tweak it. I can work this out. I do this. I do that. I know how to,
I've
to
seen
handle
this
that.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done this before. This ain't nothing." And that what becomes functional. That dysfunctional is functional.
It's
You get in
functional.
there and you do what you got to do.
Yeah, that dysfunctional becomes the norm.
Hmm.
The norm. And a lot of times people are uncomfortable to be outside of the norm because they don't trust it. See, inside the dysfunctional, you know what's going to happen. You kind of know what to expect. When he picks a fight with me and jumps up and goes out, well, that's so he could cheat, which he had planned to do when he picked the fight with me. And so you begin to see that pattern or know that that's what it is, and then you go, oh, okay, all right. You don't do anything about it, you don't leave, but you function
Accept it.
within that dysfunction,
Right,
and you just come to accept it for what it is, and it's just like, oh well, it don't matter, he'll be back.
right. 4 or 5 o'clock this morning. Yeah, he'll be
Right,
home. Then I'm
for
gonna raise hell in his ass when he get here, and we're gonna cut the food into daybreak and call the police in the morning about 6 o'clock, and somebody going to jail.
and and that's normal,
And that's normal.
and I'll drop the charges and bail him out later.
Yeah. Ooh, some people get a front row seat to that kind of drama every weekend. The neighbors just sitting across the street with their pop. Oh, child, he done came home. It's about 4:45 right now. He just getting home, and they sitting across the street in their window peeping out because they know
Uh-huh.
what's going to go down.
They be like, girl, she is throwing his clothes off the front porch
Uh huh.
as we speak
Right.
right now.
Right.
Steph, you are
Right.
always on time. Hey, Steph.
Hey, beautiful.
She says, hello, Queen. Sorry I'm late. Better late than never. Anytime you can show up, baby, you are on time.
One time.
Welcome to the conversation. Tonight, we are talking about our biggest relationship mistakes, misconceptions, and lessons. So feel free to share on any one or all three of those at any time in the conversation. We would love to hear from you. Okay,
Yeah.
I know that's right. Yep, that Carly for cracking up because we know that that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
That's what goes on for a lot of people, and
Mm-hmm.
they are accustomed to that,
So
because people
accustomed.
have patterns.
Exactly. They already know what's happening, what's finna go down. Like clockwork. They already know what's up. Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I used to be in a very similar situation. There wasn't any cop calling, and that sort of thing, but they might as well had come because it was a wild time. There was some wild,
Mm-hmm.
crazy stuff going on. They could have gotten involved. I had to keep them out of my business though, because I was a public figure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I couldn't have that kind of going on. So I had to come. I listen. I know how to cover up some stuff. How to press it down, how to suppress it, how to cover it up, how to make it look good on the outside while it's rotten and stinking on the inside. And I am the consummate professional enabler. I don't
Mm.
know. I haven't met anybody else who is as good at enabling other people to fuck up shit as I
Mm.
am. I am the classic enabler.
Mm.
You got,
Well, I don't know if I'm the enabler, but I know I'll make it able. I remember one time my husband said that one time he threatened me. Listen, the kids and I going out with a girlfriend of mine. We went to his family's member's birthday party. He didn't come. It was a little bit after dark, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. It wasn't late. We came in, and the girl from church, she was, like I say, hanging with me. She was with me. And as soon as we came in the house, he started up. Oh, yeah, everybody, wife car in the neighborhood home except for my wife, and you still out and blah blah blah. I'm a um I'm gonna wreck everything in this house. I said, good. You start out here, and I'm gonna go in your office and start with your computer and your books and all your stuff that you love so dearly. I'm gonna start in there while you working on this side of the house. If I didn't see that man disappear for the rest of the night, he ran in that office so quick and locked that door. I ain't even going. I was like, what happened to the wrecking? Why you not saying nothing? Like, what happened to you? You were
I
supposed to be
thought
out
we were
here
getting
getting
ready to have a
yourself.
party. I thought we were
Okay?
going to tear some stuff.
I
I
thought
thought
we
we
was
was
going
going
to
to,
get busy tearing some
raise
stuff
the
up
roof
tonight.
up in here.
Yes. Girl, when I said I was going to go in the office and tear up everything in there, that was it. I ain't hear nothing else.
Not a peep.
Not a peep. Not a peep.
That's
So
funny.
sometimes you got to find out. You got to figure out how to outsmart them with they foolishness when they
For
come start
real.
with you.
For real. For real. Steph says that her biggest mistake in a relationship was investing more into my man than into me. I
Right,
would put him before me. We talked
right,
about that, making
yeah,
sure that he had everything he needed. I was buying him or anything, everything and anything, but it just came natural to do it. And a lot of times that's your expression of love.
right. That's that love language coming out. And we
It's
say
that
we
love
put
language
people,
coming out.
yeah, we put other people on pedestals and put them before ourselves and love them harder than we love our own self and just messed up. We don't know it's messed up at the time. We think we're doing the right thing. We think we loving how we supposed to be loving. But again, that's not being reciprocated. You're not getting the same thing in return.
Mm-mm.
You know, that's when it becomes real dangerous when you giving 100% and the other person barely giving 5%. You know, yeah,
She said she said, when I decided to leave, I felt lost because I had invested so much into me. I've learned that moving forward to make sure that I'm taking care of me, loving me, building me up constantly first. So if I want to leave the next relationship, I wouldn't be lost because I still have me. There's nothing more important than your relationship with yourself.
that's right. And she preached that all the time. You're absolutely right.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
She is on point with that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes, Lord. Yes, God.
Yes, Lord. Mhm.
But yeah, that she makes an important point. You can feel lost. Especially when you've invested so much into the other person, and now you look at the basket called you, and it's empty.
It's empty. The alabaster box is empty.
It,
Um, exactly. I had something on the tip of my tongue. Mm.
it's okay. It'll come back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It'll come back to you. Um, yeah,
Mm, absolutely.
yeah. So
Oh, I was saying, she was saying she was afraid. Yeah, that's when we get afraid. And a lot of women, we had a videotape that I don't think we ever got a chance to play with when the lady was saying that, she's done several relationships out here in this dating, I call it a game, in this dating stage game or life or whatever you want to call it. And she's afraid to keep moving on from this person to that person because you just don't know what you're gonna get. You're afraid to move on and date somebody new because you don't know if this representative is going to be good for a week, a month, or 2 months, and next thing you know, you're dealing with a damn fool from like God, how did I get here with this person? Like I thought I left these shenanigans behind, and here I am again, right here dealing with some foolishness,
I
and they
think
get afraid.
I think that's why, at the end of a relationship, you have to take an assessment of it and of yourself. So when you move to the next relationship, you have a better idea, you have some clarity about what it is that you want, that you like, that you will accept, and that you won't. And you get better at the interview process. You get better at the beginning when you're in the stage of talking things out. The only thing that can mess that up is if the other person is lying.
And we talked about that. I mean, they lie good. They can deceive you and lie to you in that interview process and send their representative. And like I said, they riding in on the knight and shining armor for the first 3, 4 months of the relationship. Now you head over heels in love, and then what? You found out this person all of a sudden is just whole turnaround,
A whole
all,
turnaround.
whole turnaround. All of a
That
sudden, all
thing is
everything coming off.
it is scary. It is
Hmm.
scary. Leonard says that
Hmm.
people only treat you the way you let them. If you don't start that, you won't have that. And that's true. But what it also means is when they start that and you say you won't have that, now you cut off your relationship with them, and then you have to start over. That's what that means. Oh, I'm not, so, do you just not tolerate do you, are you so, unaccepting and lack tolerance of something that you don't explore the possibility of having a good relationship with that person, you know, because what's going to happen is that you're going to find yourself doing it over and over again, or like that young lady says, hey, I'm afraid to get out there. I'm tired of, dating somebody for 6 months only to find out that it's not a good thing for me, and I got to start over with somebody else. So, you know,
Because that's for the birds. Nobody
it,
want to keep
that's
doing all this part.
annoying.
No.
That's
Annoying is for
annoying.
the birds. It's agitating and irritating and just it's a turnoff. It's just like that's why you better be happy to be by yourself. When you by yourself, love it. I mean, like I said, when I'm by myself, I don't have a problem. I'm just loving it to the fullest. I don't
Yep.
have to worry about nobody bugging you, aggravating you, calling you. None of that. You just good. It's like a vacation.
Steph says that she's grateful for the experience because sometimes we have to go through things to actually see that it's not right. Revisit and fix it. There's no need to be upset about it. Life is a lesson that we can carry forever. And she's on point with that.
Hmm.
Learn your lesson and move on. And something else that I learned is that the experience that you had with one person, you can't put on another person.
Right. Yeah, you have to, let everybody be judged by their own merits. You cannot bring in what this other person did into the shoulders of somebody else who you're starting to deal with. That's not their portion. That's not their
Mm-mm.
portion. You got to
Mm-mm.
learn, not to
Mm-mm.
do that. And
Yes.
that's that baggage. You got to learn how to clean that baggage out, clean it up, empty it out, throw it into the sea of forgiveness, work on it, work on yourself, do what you cry, 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 get it out your system, and be fresh and ready to start a new relationship if that's what you're going to do.
Yep.
Because
and
otherwise, you
and
just,
analyze yourself, about, how you show up,
what
how
did
you
you do
show up
wrong
in
in
the
your
world.
relationship?
What part of any of it was,
Did I play?
did you play
Right.
exactly? And
Hmm.
check, what do you say, check yourself before you
Check
wreck
yourself.
yourself.
Check yourself, boo. Look in that mirror. Look at the man in the mirror mean one man. Like the woman, that's for us. We need to look in the mirror and clean up some things and fix some things because we're not all, total angels out here. It's a lot of women out here that doing some dirt, you know.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh
so
well,
I mean, we talked last week is that women cheating more than men these days. So yeah, we got to clean it up.
Oh yeah. Now listen, the women are not running around scot free
Squeaky
with
clean. Yeah.
there's a lot of men out here walking around wounded as a, the result of being involved with a woman and her
Mm-hmm.
presenting,
That's right.
presenting her representative and not being for real.
Mm-hmm.
Men are getting hurt too. They get
Yep.
they
Women are
get
breaking
deeply
hearts.
hurt.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They get deeply hurt. Child, there's a lot of people walking around here undiagnosed. That's what it is.
Yeah. And not talking to themselves too, because like I say, a lot of times we got to do a lot of talking to ourselves, honey. Sometimes you don't have no psychiatrist or best friend or girlfriend or somebody who can say, "Child, listen, this is this," and be real with you and keep that thing 100. You better learn how to talk to yourself, talk to God, and talk to yourself, and get that situation and that thing straightened out for real.
For real, for real.
Hmm.
Most definitely. Yeah. So, that's what it's about. Listen, it's that time. It's 10 o'clock. We've had a wonderful time with you. I'm
Yeah.
um I'm cutting it short because thanks, Steph. Because I got stuff to do. I got to finish packing.
Yes.
I
Ooh,
got
you
to
out
finish.
early in the morning too.
Oh my God. I don't know why I torture myself with these early morning
Early
flights where
morning
you got
flight.
to be at the airport at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's ungodly. Let me just say that. It's ungodly. It's cruel and unusual. punishment. Yes, all right, Leonard. I'm going out in the morning. Leonard's going to join me at night. So Leonard is coming, and we got folks coming from Orlando, from Georgia, from California, from Baltimore. They're coming from all over to celebrate our friend's big birthday. And so we're going to do it up big for the whole weekend.
Yeah. So where y'all gonna be? If you want to tell.
Oh, in Las Vegas.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
girl. Get to the
yes.
casino for me.
Oh, okay. Listen, I got a friend who told me, he told me, he says, I need you to loan me $5, and I need you to take that $5 and go put it in the slot machine, and then whatever you win, send me my money. I'm like, fat
I think I
chance.
add 5 to that 5. Yeah,
Right.
I know
For
that's
real.
right. What's up, say?
Thank you so much, Steph. Thank you all. Yes, thank you. I'll do my best. So I'm going all over the world tomorrow, and
Yeah.
so there you have it. So it should be fun. We have friends that are already there. They said it was 111 degrees yesterday.
Ooh, Lord Jesus.
That's
Hot,
what
hot,
I
hot.
said.
Ooh, honey.
I have never,
Mm-mm.
and 104 in Florida with, humidity is tolerable. But, 104, 111 out there at dry heat, I don't know. It just seemed like you would just, as soon as you came outside, you would just dry up and turn to dust.
Disintegrate.
Exactly.
Disintegrate.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh
But
God. Oh,
I'm going to pseudo celebrate. Yes, exactly. I'm having to switch up some clothes for sure. She said, "You better pack naked." What do you need to bring? Nothing. No clothes.
some sun hats and some
Uh,
umbrellas.
right. Sun hat, umbrella, sandals, a thong, and a tube top,
Uh-huh.
which I could not
Girlfriend,
wear
have a safe
anywhere.
trip and have fun.
Yes.
Enjoy everybody and everything, the scenery and all that good stuff, and just be safe and protect yourself when you can as much as you can because, just have a good time. You can't be
Yeah.
afraid. You're going out there, you got to go out there and have a good time. Do it big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
And who knows? Maybe I'll come back a thousandaire.
That's right. I ain't gonna say no thousandaire, millions, billionaire.
Do
They
people
got
ever
some.
win millions?
Yeah, yeah, they win millions. Yeah,
They do?
yeah, in the casino. Yeah, yeah,
Really?
man. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Hmm.
Oh, I just felt
Hmm.
a little whoa. I didn't
Yes,
know I could come
yeah,
back a millionaire.
yeah, you can. Yes, you can.
All right, well, we gonna see. Time is gonna tell, you
You gotta
know.
play to win now. You can't go in there and look at the machines and think you just gonna come out there with some money.
No, no,
And,
no.
and listen, if you're lucky, you might get away with putting a few dollars in there and winning a couple thousand or something. But you gotta play to win.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
you gotta be real lucky too.
Yep. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna let Leonard show me the ropes,
yeah, yeah.
and we'll
Absolutely.
go from there. But
Yeah,
I enjoyed our conversation tonight.
I did. I did too.
That's
I
good.
did
And so
too.
we
Big
thank
ups to
all of
everybody
y'all.
that joined us tonight. We really love and appreciate you checking in with us and hanging out with us. If you're interested in being on the show, please DM us. Let us know when you're ready to come on and let us get a topic and bring you on so you can share your business, share your ventures, or whatever it is you're doing with other people. And like I said, hit like, share our channel. We're trying to grow. We're trying to expand and do, big things in the future. This
Yes.
time takes
Yes.
a little time, but
Yes.
we here. We steady. We rock
Yes.
steady, baby. We rock
Yes, we
steady.
are. Yes,
Yeah,
we are. Most
yeah.
definitely. Most definitely. So if you haven't already gone to YouTube and subscribed to our channel, Real Ass Women, please do so. Sneak back over there tonight and like tonight's show. We appreciate that. Steph says you got to tell me that don't be betting low either. Steph say don't be all cheap and
with them
stingy.
pennies.
Don't be
Yeah,
scared. That's right. Scared money don't make money.
that's right. You gotta be
Okay.
still a little money now.
Yeah, yes. And
Hmm.
thanks, Steph, for spreading the word. We appreciate that. We do. We really, really
Yes.
do. Okay, so until next Wednesday, 9 p.m., be safe. Know that we love you. Love you, girlfriend Peggy.
Love the girlfriend, Miss P.